Welcome to mikegoldengames and welcome back to another Watch Dogs Legion benchmark. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one where we benchmarked this game in 4K Ultra settings with DLSS turned on and off to see the difference. So for this one, again, we have the Ryzen 9 5950X CPU. It is in the Asus Crosshair 8 Formula motherboard. We are also running the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 XC3 Ultra by EVGA. And we are running we also have the Corsair iCue H100i RGB Pro XT 240mm AIO liquid cooler hooked up to that Ryzen processor. So like I was saying, for this one we are going to be playing this game. For this one we are going to be doing the benchmark in 1080p to see the difference. And we're also recording with OBS Studio on the more CPU bound encoding software. So we'll see how this runs because 1080p, it likes to really go to the CPU compared to the GPU, if you know the difference between the two. Anyways, I digress. Let's go over here, check the settings. DirectX 12, custom, ultra, 4 cars, ultra. Depth of field on, motion blur turned off because who needs that? Bloom turned on, ambient occlusion on, everything is on. Subsurface scattering is turned on high because that's as high as it will go. Ray tracing reflections, ultra. DLSS ultra performance, extra detail 100%, and temporal upscaling 100. So let's run this benchmark and see how this does in 1080p compared to 4K. If you haven't, go check out that 4K episode and let me know what you think in the comments below. I really do hope you enjoy it. Maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already, as well as hitting the little bell icon on the channel. That way you stay notified when the videos go up and when we do live streams.
Just give up. What is that? Taking cover. Get shot here.
Alright, let's check out the stats. So we had a max FPS of 105, average FPS of 70, a minimum FPS of 29, a 1% low of 52, and a 0.1% low of 49. Okay, again, this game uses so much VRAM, and the new 3080 GPUs only have 10 gigs of VRAM. It's really approaching that. Even on 1080p maxed out settings, it's almost maxing out the GPU, which is a little worrying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous about that. RAM, we only used 6.45 gigs. CPU load 67%. GPU load 98%. So I guess what we're gonna do now is turn off DLSS just like in the previous benchmark. See what that does. Next up, we're going to run the benchmark again with OBS Studio completely turned off so we can actually get, again, a 1-to-1 performance ratio, how it would be if you're just playing the game without the recording software, because that really does lower the frame rates by maybe 10 to 20 frames. Depends on the situation. So let's do that now. Alright, so with OBS completely turned off, we had a max FPS of 126, an average FPS of 85, minimum FPS of 54, which this definitely looks like it's doing a lot better. 1% low of 61 and a 0.1% low of 58. Again, VRAM was 8.02, RAM 6.39, CPU load 36%, and GPU load 99%. So it does increase your frame rates when you are not recording. Who would have thought? So again, it may be a good idea in this day and age to still use a dual PC setup, which now that I built this secondary PC, I really should try and hook up both of them so I can record on one and play on the other. Anyways, let's run this benchmark again with DLSS turned off and see what kind of FPS we can get. Because with the 4K DLSS turned off, we were getting about 20 to 21 FPS. Performance. You know, I wonder if we turned it on quality. I should probably try that as well, but we'll turn that off and run the benchmark one more time. Yes. Let's see what we can get. I mean, it's definitely better than 20 FPS, but it's still under 60. Okay, take a look at the reflection quality. With DLSS turned off, it looks better. More crispy reflections and everything in like the water. So we'll turn on it to quality instead of ultra performance and see if we notice a difference and how the frame rate is as well. I didn't think to do that for the 4K version. Man, look at those crisp reflections. That looks amazing. Alright, we'll just end it here because we didn't finish the benchmark on that one and the last one either. This was just to see the FPS difference. But let's go to the options really quick video and turn that onto DLSS onto quality. And let's apply that. Run the benchmark one more time and see what that looks like. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these reflections. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and if you have found a better alternative or a better way to have the game look better. I mean, those reflections actually do look pretty decent on quality settings for DLSS. Definitely better than ultra performance. We are at a solid, almost solid 60 FPS. That's not too bad. Alright, so we'll just end it there. Alright, guys, I'm going to leave this one here. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you have any suggestions or other games that you want me to benchmark, let me know in the comments below. Maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already, as well as hitting the little bell icon on the channel. That way you stay notified when the videos go up and when we do live streams. Alright, guys, take it easy.